Wherever you go around the world, you'll find an Irish pub.
Welcome to O'Roger's Pub. I'm your man Mark. Been out for a dender, have you? It's a wee bit manky, so won't you come in, sit, and have a frosted pint with me. It's been a donkey's year since we last had gargles. I've been up to 90 in me soap room, fapping and giving it a lash. When stawed the ball, Irish eyes, they just smiled down upon me. You stammies it was. Now you might think me being and wish I'd cop on, but I'm bleeding serious. Come here, and I'll tell you the secret to the leprechaun's treasure.
Who else in the leprechaun say yeah?
No, I'm not out to me head, and don't be eating me head off. Relax the cracks, and then if you return from the jacks, you'll see you're not acting to the maggot. I may be a wee bit ragged, but I'll invite you over to me gaff. Just ignore the kip. We'll have great crack and story from a sound gas man. You may want to stop the lights, and I will, y'all. Sure, look, but for now we toast to luck. So raise your glass, lads. May you have all the happiness and luck that life can hold. And at the end of your rainbows, may you find the leprechaun's treasure and his pot of gold.
I want to know where to go. I want to go. Give me the gold. I want to go.
Cheers.
Drink it down in one breath.
Drink, 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 drink.
That's the stuff.
Drink what you want. Drink what you're able. If you're drinking with me, you'll be under the table.
Hey, fella, what's it gonna take to get another pint over her?
Come on, let's cheer him on. He's one of us. One of us.
Top of the morning to you. It's Mark here at the Blue Rose Bath and Body. I hope you had fun with my intro there and my feeble attempt at an Irish accent. I tried, people. I sound like Mrs. Doubtfire or something. I don't know.
Hello!
But I've taken off my Elton John glasses.
You put them on, please, and see how you look.
This is gonna be funny.
And my leprechaun hat.
This amateur sketch resembles what many of you say the leprechaun looks like.
I wanted to point this out. This is a frosted mug pint glass I got from the Foo Fighters. Established 1995, has a shamrock there. And it says, go luck yourself. The first one I ordered arrived broken. That's why we always like to protect our packages here at the Blue Rose Bath and Body. You know, bubble wrap. I called them. They were great about it. They shipped me a new one. I did have to ship the damaged one back, you know, to prove that it was damaged, but it got here faster and wrapped securely. And as you can see, I'm enjoying this. And another fun fact, I don't endorse drinking alcohol. I know this is St. Patrick's Day and Irish culture and everything, but it was actually Diet Mountain Dew.
Why don't I just get you a little green lemonade?
That's why it was green. I know you all were thinking he's drinking some green beer there, but I wasn't. And another thing I wanted to point out, that little intro was loaded with Irish slang terminology, and in different cultures it means different meanings behind the words. Like gaff was house and having good crack.
They got hold to the wrong stuff. And it told me to get up in a tree and play a
It
leprechaun.
means having a good time. I don't want to get in trouble there now. Some of our words mean something different in their cultures. They have a laugh about that too, I'm sure. All that being said, this is a video of making our St. Patrick's Day soap, Leprechaun's Treasure. It is our first soap that we are offering that had a hanger swirl. In the previous video, I showed you a hanger tool that we got in one of our unboxings, but it did not fit our mold. Our loaf mold is brambleberry, and we got it from Nurture Soap, the hanger swirl tool. They're the same inches, but they didn't fit because I guess they're different heights and volume or whatever. It just didn't line up. So I had to on the fly make my own hanger swirl. And here it is. I wanted to show this because in the video you'll see it. It is a wire coat hanger. You know, like Joan Crawford, you know, Mommy Dearest, no more wire hangers ever. I found a use for them, a good use for them. And I don't, you know, if you've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. That's still stuck in my mind. It lives on, people. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Mommy Dearest. What it is a wire hanger. I just undid, then I bent it. And also, I went out and bought, I think it was 4mm fishing line, aquarium air tubing. I just snaked that around it. It made it a little bit more thicker than just the wire because that's kind of thin. What it also did, is you'll see in the video, which I made a mess the first time, is you just run your finger down it. The batter comes right off. The second time I was more careful and I got it into it went on the table. Wasted soap, people. You know, shame on me. It turned out pretty well. You just stick it down in there. And I'm talking about because Shannon and I sat down and we were like, man, we'll do a hanger swirl and we'll frost it and we'll do some little embeds and you'll see what we came up with. It's pretty cool too. But I was thinking, now, if I filled this kind of like a feather swirl technique, you fill it in the center, you just pull it up and it makes a design. But I was thinking to myself, I've never seen this done. And we looked all over and I think this is the first ever 4-leaf clover swirl. And we're going to get you out of the way, Alton. What I did was I split the batter. I filled up halfway. We do small batches here. It's one loaf at a time. That's how you're able to create these intricate designs. Just want to say that. But what I did was I filled it halfway, stuck this down, and you'll see this in the video, pulled it up just slightly. Then I came up and over twice. I could have done more, but I think less was more in this because it probably would have made it if I tried. Then I went back the opposite way, swirl once and twice and out. Then I made my mess. Then I filled it up again and I measured down on the side. You'll see me do this to the screw and put my finger so I wouldn't go deeper than that because I was afraid I was going to run into the other. And that's what it could happen when you're doing a hanger swirl like this. This is intricate work. I went down after I filled it up. I didn't come up this time. I had it marked with my fingers. I did the twice. And then I did the twice, and I was done. Set that aside, came back, frosted it. And what we wanted to happen was a 4-leaf clover effect. 2 circles here, 2 circles on top. We crossed our fingers, you know, and when I cut it, you'll see it came out perfect. What we had envisioned. I could even go another swirl, a circle if I wanted to, but I think it came out just right. The smell matches it perfect. It's what you would think St. Patrick's Day soap should smell like.
It smells like me go.
It's got lemon, it's got sage. It's an earthy, grassy smell. It's great. I really hope you will enjoy the making of Leprechaun's Treasure, and hopefully it'll bring a little bit of magic, Leprechaun's magic, into your St. Patrick's Day.
This is what you're looking for, right?
Me powers are returning.
I think the luck of the Irish was with me on this one, don't you, baby?
I think so, considering that I do have a bit of Irish in my ancestry.
Do?
I do indeed.
I might have a wee bit myself.
You might have a wee bit.
Yeah.
My great-grandmother O'Leary, that side of the family was from Ireland, and so I have a little bit of the Irish in me, and we almost didn't do a St. Patrick's Day bar, but I kind of wanted to give a nod to my lineage there and my great-grandmother, and so we went ahead and we decided to do it. And it's really cool. So what we're doing right now, you're kind of doing we're going to do a hanger swirl. And when we were first kind of designing this bar, we were doing some research. Had anyone done a 4-leaf clover swirl with a hanger tool?
We couldn't find it.
Yep, we looked all over, couldn't find it. And I was like, Mark, if you can pull this off, you'll be the first. And it was so cool.
We have seen feather swirls, as I mentioned before.
Oh, tons of different hanger swirls.
Techniques.
Oh, yeah.
And, well, we thought, let's do different colors, whites, you know, this and that. But Shannon's actually brought up, why don't you do a lighter green
as the bar,
a black and a darker green as accents, as the petals of the clover, I guess you'd say.
That way it would kind of be like the 4-leaf clover sitting in a bed of lighter colored grass, because if you really think about it, if you go and you look and you see a clover patch, the clovers are typically darker than the grass that surrounds them. So it just seemed like it would make sense to me. So you've used a lot of the Nurture soap colors.
It
here,
was
right?
a nice blend. Actually, that first green that you see there that I'm separating is a sample that we got, which is Hello Spring from Nurture soap. And I used all that. So we're going to have to order some more.
It is a great green, isn't it?
But the thing you want to watch out for when you're using a sample that you never work with, and also your fragrance, they sometimes don't work well together.
Right.
This one kind of riced on me a little bit. If you can tell right there, I was kind of having to mix it. That's how you can solve that problem. Mix it a little more and it'll smooth it out. But
in most cases,
the risk you run with that is it starts setting up on you. So I had a few little challenges with this, and I made quite the mess, as I mentioned earlier. You'll see that in a minute. I think I cut that out, but it went everywhere. But what you want to do here with this technique is form a barrier with your main outside color and keep that contained, the middle colors, because what you want to do is put that hanger down in the middle, and you'll see that in a minute after I get this leveled out.
And you're using Alpine green as the...
Alpine green was the darker green,
and then that's Nurture soap.
Yep, and then activated charcoal, of course, which gives you the exfoliating benefit of the bar as well. So it's a win-win.
So that'll be nice.
Yeah, I could just went with the black, but we always go for the charcoal.
I thought that was the perfect color for a 4-leaf clover.
Yeah.
And then using the black, the activated charcoal to kind of accent the petals, I think was very interesting.
Like I said, we had the luck of the Irish with us.
Yeah,
I do believe, because I had no idea if this was even going to work at this point.
We were crossing our fingers, waiting on that cut.
Open it up.
We gave it. I think didn't we wait 2 days before you cut?
Oh yeah, I waited a good 48 hours, maybe even a little bit longer.
But we were kind of thinking,
smidge bit.
we were kind of thinking, oh gosh, cross our fingers. Let's hope that this
Here's
swirl
the
works.
technique.
Yep, here's where he's doing the swirl.
And I didn't show it, but I went outside the mold. I
and made a big mess.
I should have stayed over. I was afraid I was going to drop that into it. That's why I didn't.
Right.
That first layer was the most important, I think, to set the foundation. If I ran into that, it would have been over.
So here we are making the top layer for this, so that way you can do the second swirl.
Yeah, I separated because the first was setting up on me.
So did that light colored green, did that rice on you on the second time as well, or just the first?
It worked better the second time for some reason. I think I had a little bit more fragrance the first time. There's a balance there. If you put, when I was eyeballing it. I should have measured it out precisely. Next time I'll do that if I make this again.
Right.
But yeah, I just used the same containers there. Because why not?
Of course.
I had a little bit left over. I didn't want to waste. And it's basically the same
technique.
Yeah. Just reduplicate. Here I'm measuring the hanger, okay? That's what I was talking about earlier. There's a little screw on the outside, and it measured perfect with the depth I was at.
So you wanted to have a layer in between separating the two swirls, so that's why you covered the top with green.
I didn't separate this off. I just eyeballed it. I just wanted to cover it, so there'd be a separation. There's that lighter green, because if it was right on top, it wouldn't have the separation, the 2 bottom circles and the 2 top circles.
Right.
So I didn't know, like I said, if this was going to even work, but even if it doesn't, we would have sold it. It would have been a nice design.
It would have been a pretty swirl either way, but we just didn't know if it was going to achieve that 4-leaf clover. But you can't be afraid to try new things.
No, it's fun to create new designs, like I always say, and experiment with soap. And if it sets up, you just have to work with what's going on with the soap at the time. Perfect. I think it helped that it set up a little bit, actually, because it helped me have the barrier.
Honestly,
on the outside.
From what I've always experienced, it seems as if you do want your batter to be a little bit thicker when you're going to do a hanger swirl.
Yeah.
At least that's been my experience.
It looked like it was getting too thick in the middle here, and I was worried. The top is a little bit more, once you see the result, it's more, fuller on top than the bottom. Next time I might make the bottom a little bit fuller as well, because I was afraid to do that with the first layer. But it turned out pretty cool looking after I cut it.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
No, yeah.
So
We didn't know what to expect.
I had just enough to cover the top on this.
Yeah.
I should make it a little bit more next time.
But you can't be afraid to experiment.
And here's
for
my
sure.
second hanger.
Okay, so here's where you're
I'm measuring it.
Yeah.
I'm putting my finger so I don't go deeper.
And that's
and
all
look,
it did.
I got it on the top this time. I didn't make a mess. But look at the left side of the screen. You'll see all the mess I made. That's for me cleaning up. And I had a little cleanup here as well.
Yeah. I can see some of the little
Oh
green
yeah,
batter
it
over
was
here on
a
the right
mess.
of the box.
This bar was a mess to
make.
Yeah.
Okay, so here was the moment of truth.
Oh yeah, I gave it a wide berth. I waited a little over 48 hours. It wasn't sticky, as you can tell, and it unmolded perfectly.
That's
but
great.
you still can't tell. Look, I don't know if it's gonna even have a swirl.
Right.
Point.
You were sitting there thinking to yourself, "Oh, please."
Listen.
Ah,
I love it.
satisfying.
I'll leave the clink in for you, and I think I do it on the next video as well.
And look at that.
Wow. When I first saw it, I was inside jumping for joy. I was like, it actually worked. It looks like a 4-leaf clover.
It looks so beautiful. And you were the first to do it.
Well,
as far as we know.
As far as we know, and you
are the inventor of the 4-leaf clover hanger swirl.
Never be afraid to experiment, people.
Yeah.
You can see that line in the middle, but that's okay. That's kind of like the main.
You giving a thumbs
Oh yeah,
up.
watch this. I get a little excited here.
You're like, oh yeah.
I did.
Oh,
I couldn't
yeah.
wait to come show
Oh,
you.
yeah.
I remember when you first saw it.
Oh, I went nuts when I saw it. But he made me wait until after he had finished it completely with frosting, with all the embeds and everything.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to do.
So here we are. Here we are with the frosting. And we weren't going to go with just kind of boring, boring white or anything like that.
Yeah.
We wanted it to be like a little dollops of gold on top of the bar.
I use Maya Gold here. Soap.
The Maya Gold is very good.
It didn't look that great when I was mixing it.
Oh, it looks so totally like burnt orange when you're looking at it in the pot here.
What I thought it looked like butterscotch pudding.
Well, on the screen though, as we're watching it, it looks like burnt orange.
Yeah.
But when you frost it, it looked perfect.
Butterbeer from Harry Potter. But when I add the sparkles to it, and we'll talk about it in a minute, but it does shimmer like gold.
It really does.
It doesn't look like it here, but you never can tell what it's going to turn out sometimes with colors.
And sometimes colors will change on you after you think you have one color, and then it'll lighten, it'll darken, it'll change completely. Remember that time that we used one of those blues, and we thought that it was going to be this beautiful blue suede shoes
turned black?
No, it turned to brown, like a light colored brown.
Yeah, it was.
And we were like,
nasty.
"What the heck?"
It was nasty looking.
Yeah,
it wasn't what we were going for.
However, it ended up looking okay in the bar.
But they say you can use it in candle wax and it turns blue.
Turns blue.
So we will try that.
Yes, we will definitely try that.
We saved it. We don't get rid of anything around here.
Yeah,
we'll find a use for it
eventually.
Here I am sliding my.
Doing your technique.
Okay.
Even the top looks pretty. I love the top. We could have just sold it like that.
Yeah.
All right, so here we're putting our little gold dollops.
Yep, my round tip there.
With the round tip. We should probably be better about saying exactly which tip it is, but
we'll get better, people. We might leave it down there below. Don't hold Shannon to that, because she's the one that does all that.
Yes, I'm the techie one, so I do all the.
They are a Tico or Teco, whatever
they're
called,
a Tico tips.
You can find them.
Although we do have and use some Russian tips.
Oh yeah, the flowery type tips.
Oh yes,
especially like in the Hawaiian Shores bar.
We probably have about 100 tips.
Oh yeah. We have a little plethora of
a tip.
I guys like to say
a tip collection to frost with. Yeah.
But it still looks like that pudding right at this point.
At least on screen it does. In real, in life person, viewing it, it looks gold, perfectly gold. And it was just, especially after you did what you do right here.
Sparkle me gold.
As soon as you spray that sparkle me gold,
I want me gold, people. I love sparkles things, and I love me gold.
It really set it out to look so gold. I mean, it's so beautiful.
It shimmers. But I don't stop there. There's more.
Yeah, of course you don't stop there.
No, I like sparkles things. use the bikini bottle. You can't read
Crazy colors, that's Fizz
Yeah.
Fairy, and you're using bikini
it.
bottom.
Yeah, it's just
Which totally you would not think would fit with a
no.
St. Patrick's Day soap bikini bottom.
But
that glitter actually matches the hunter green, the alpine green nurture soap color that we use inside.
and it has gold flakes and oh,
Look at that. Now you hand painted all of the hats.
these were meticulously made. The embeds, I
Oh
had
my
to
gosh.
use an X-Acto knife to cut them out. I painted them, hand painted them, and yeah, it took quite a bit of effort to make these embeds. And I also made little embeds to go on the side, which will be important because it holds the coins that I put on top.
You spent
in
days.
place.
You spent days working on those embeds. I remember.
Everything worked out great, and there's the
And
coins.
there's the coins.
Yes. Happy Paint Satric.
St. Patrick's
St.
Day.
Patrick's Day.
Now, I love this because whenever we think of a pot of gold and a leprechaun's treasure, we think of several different things, not just coins and gold, but a leprechaun's treasure is going to include all kinds of stuff. So you've got little horseshoes, you've got all kinds of little neat little
mugs,
tiny embeds.
frosted mugs,
Frosted
little
mugs,
horseshoes,
yes.
clovers, everything. And there
Take
it
a
is.
look at the finished product. That is so beautiful.
The frosting looks more goldish now. Everything worked.
As far as the embeds go, I am particularly pleased with the hat.
Leprechaun's hat, yeah, that
because
took some work.
You really worked so hard hand painting.
Oh, look, I even made a little
that
four-leaf
hat.
clover for you.
You
out
made
of
a four-leaf. You made a four-leaf clover.
Yeah, I hope everyone really enjoys these soaps. They were fun to make, fun to create.
These were fun.
They worked out great, and I hope it brings a little magic into your
and
holidays.
hey, you get a couple of little keepsakes.
Yep.
Yep.
I want to go. That'll cost you 50 quid.
And there you have it. The Leprechaun's Treasure soap. I always get caught up in how well our designs turn out and how great they look, the frosting and everything. But I sometimes fail to mention to you guys that they are a great alternative to store-bought soaps. They last longer. They're definitely safer. They don't have any of the sulfates in them, those dangerous things that could give you allergic reaction. Been known to cause cancer instead of California. California has the market on cancer-causing things. They always say that. Known to cause cancer in California. Yeah, it's a great product. It'll make a great gift for St. Patrick's Day, or if you just want to enjoy a great soap. And there will be a video on us making our Leprechaun's Treasure bath bombs. Be looking for that. That's going to be something different for you guys to go with this unique, original 4-leaf clover hanger swirl design. Guess I could say you can only get it at the Blue Rose Bath and Body. So if you like this and you want to get your hands on this soap, I'd advise you to do so. Also, if you like this video, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Always give us feedback. And as always, ring my bell. You know I enjoy that. So you'll be notified of future videos coming your way. I hope this video has put a smile on your face. At least laugh at me being silly and a dope, as they'd say in Ireland. It's being stupid. I do act the fool, people. It's all for your enjoyment. Okay, I love bringing a smile to people's faces. I hope you will be kind to others, smile at others. That really is a gift. And it doesn't cost anything, like I always say. And for you soapers out there, always be soaping, always be creating. It's fun to create new designs. That's what we do here at the Blue Rose Bath and Body. I wish everyone a happy St. Patrick's Day and event. And if you get this soap, if you like it, please give us a review on our shop site, especially. We bring the best that we can to you. We stand behind all our products, and we want you to enjoy them as well. So until next time, guys. Bye.
Now it's time for me to go. I have to catch me train, but I'll have that pint you owe me when we meet next week in Frankfurt in the fields of Athenride.